Oh, there you are, YouTube. Do subscribe if you're interested, but also no pressure. Hey, we're going to do a random ranking today, and you know what kind of random ranking we're going to do? We're going to do one based off of the Oscars, because the Oscars are just around the corner. They are coming up very soon. So, rather than just pick random movies from my entire movie collection, we're going to pick 3 movies from my Best Picture collection. I own every single Best Picture winner right over here to my right, and we're going to pick 3 of those movies at random, somewhat. I think what I'm going to do so that more people can participate is pick in a general area where it's like 1980s, 1990s to present, just because I think more people have seen those movies. So randomly from that area of the collection, and then rank them. I'll rank them here in the video, and if you'd like to rank them in the comments below, please feel free to do so. But let's get to picking some Best Picture winners. Here we go. Should I shut my eyes for this? Does that even matter? 1, that one feels like a DVD. 2, and then what do we got over here? Let's just pick whatever this one is. Ooh, this one feels unopened. Oh, I think I know what it is. I can feel it. I feel the textures of the box giving me some information. Alrighty. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so, wow, have I? Okay, that one's open. So, the one in which I was like, I can feel the textures of the box. Here we go. That was Parasite. This is the Criterion that I have here, and these are like, what would you call that, like die cut or something, into the slip. They're cut, and then you can see the movie behind it, like the poster behind it. I think this is a really cool design. I really like this. But yeah, I haven't watched this specific copy yet, and actually I think I've only seen this movie one time. Yeah, I've only seen this movie one time. But I did like it. I thought it was a great win, a very exciting win. I like, what is that? What is that? There's something on here. I gotta clean that. Wait, it doesn't matter. This is just, it's plastic. It's okay. So yeah, I just, I've drawn a blank. Oh yeah, Chicago, Illinois State graphic design. I went to Illinois State, so that was really awesome. I love that I went to Illinois State, and it is mentioned here in a Best Picture winner. I think that's really cool. Okay, next we have 12 Years a Slave. Another movie that I think was a good win. I'm trying to remember what it was up against, though. I can't remember if it was the one I was rooting for. I don't think it was. I think it was maybe like second or third on my list of what I wanted, but I don't know. I'm drawing a blank right now on everything that was nominated, but I think it was maybe second or third on my hope list. This was number 1 on my hope list, I think. Man, I wish I could conjure up these movies that they were up against, but I don't know. The mind is blank right now. Busy day at work. I was there from 5 a.m. No, I woke up at 5. I got there at 7, and then was there until 6. I don't know, maybe that's pretty normal, but it seemed very like a big day at work. Yeah, like all-star cast right here. Difficult watch, obviously, much like Schindler's List the day before. Yesterday, I pulled that movie, and it's like, hey, fantastic, great, amazing movie, but it's not one that you're itching to put in and be like, yeah, let's watch that. Come on, everybody, let's sit down together and watch it. I remember my wife would tell me stories about how when she was growing up, her dad was all like, gather round, family, we're all gonna watch Passion of the Christ for Easter. And it's like, who wants to just sit down and watch Passion of the Christ? It's like a really good movie, but you just don't, it's not one that you just want to sit down and watch. So yeah, that's kind of the same thing here. Next, we have The Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro. This was an exciting win because it's sort of like a sci-fi fantasy movie with a monster in it. So it's like sci-fi fantasy horror in a way. I love listening to Guillermo del Toro talk about monsters, and I think that's why this was such a deeply personal film for him. Like when he's doing his acceptance speech, I can't remember if it was for picture or director or what, but he was talking about monsters, and I just thought that was really cool. But yeah, I like this movie. It's weird because it is like unique when it comes to like genre and what we're seeing on screen in terms of the sci-fi elements, the fantasy elements, the horror elements, all of that type of stuff. But it is a love story, at its core, I guess. But it's weird how even with all those odd things that we're seeing visually, it still feels like a regular movie, It's like dressed up in fantasy and sci-fi and all of that, but it is also just like a regular movie about outsiders meeting each other, falling in love. It's just very common archetype trope. So like it all the dressing, the movie is a salad, and all the dressing sort of like melts away in a way that sort of makes this, yes, it's a unique looking movie in that we have monsters, sci-fi, fantasy type stuff, but it's also still pretty like basic. Isn't that weird? I don't mean basic in a bad way, but like typical. That sounds bad too. Do you know what I'm trying to say? General. I'm having trouble articulating myself here, but I still really like the movie. Okay, so how are we going to rank these? How are we going to rank them? I have like a genre bias. So, I don't know. I was thinking Parasite was going to be number one when I pulled these, but I'm thinking Shape of Water might end up being number one. Look at that. Shine. I don't know. I think 12 Years a Slave, I think, is going to be last. It's going to be 3. I thought the ending, I almost wanted like more of a emotional punch at the ending. And here I think I don't know what I want, but there's something I want in this movie. And then this one is pretty perfect. I don't think there's anything I want in it. But I don't know. I like the visuals happening in here, the science fiction, the fantasy, the monster, all of that, the Abe Sapien from Hellboy, all of that, just the visual appeal to this, the art direction, I think is going to put this at number 1. And then maybe here is going to be number 2 because that house, I don't know, just the way everybody's moving in and out of that house, it's just really interesting. And then it has a horror vibe to it, so I like that aspect. And then here we have a historical biopic. So, I don't know, maybe genre is going to win out here. Sci-fi fantasy with a monster. This one has that weird horror element sort of feeling at the end, the people hiding behind the walls sort of vibe to it. Ghosts in the house is kind of what it feels like, And then I'm going to go with the historical biopic at the end. Okay, so there we go. The Shape of Water, Parasite, and 12 Years a Slave. My question to you is, have you seen these movies? And if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all 3, how would you rank them? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.